Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be filming a Q&A, so I'm going to answer all your questions you asked me on my Instagram. I've been wanting to make this video for a while now, but I have been dying. I've been really sick this entire week. But anyways, let's get into your questions. So the first one isn't a question. It says love it, so thank you. The next one is, how old were you when you discovered your love for fitness? So I started getting into fitness like kind of when I was in grade 10, I'd say. I started running for fun, just like around my neighborhood, which is crazy because I hate running now. But I injured my knee actually doing that, and I stopped running. I started going to the gym like literally once a month. It was kind of sad, but I had no idea what I was doing. I would do like abs and cardio, and that was it, with like a couple friends. I just remember like looking at the weights and being like, ooh, like that's scary stuff. And then I also started doing kind of like home workouts. There was a couple programs that like my dad had called like Rush Fit and P90X. Eventually I started just like lifting weights in my basement. So my dad had like a bench press and a bunch of different weights and stuff. So I would do that in the basement like every morning, and I really enjoyed that. Still didn't really know too much what I was doing, but I would just kind of like YouTube it. Then we moved to a condo and we had to sell all that stuff, and I started going to the gym, and that's when I started really liking it. And I would literally go at like 5-6 a.m. and just like be super excited to be there. It was really weird. Like I remember one Christmas, on Christmas Eve, I literally went to the gym at like 5 a.m. After that, I decided to take my personal training course, and I wanted to become a personal trainer. So I'm going back to school in September to do my rehab assistant program to be in physiotherapy, and I'm super excited. Next question is, what do you recommend? Counting calories or macros, if any at all? So to start off, I'll just say kind of what I've done. I don't count calories, I don't count macros, I don't do any of that. I just eat intuitively, which is just kind of listening to your body and eating when you're hungry. I try to do like the 80-20 rule, like 80% healthy and 20% unhealthy food. So I don't restrict myself at all. If I want a cookie, I will eat a cookie. I meal prep all of my lunches, and that is really helpful. So at least I know I'm eating like the same thing for lunch every day, and it's like something healthy, not just like, oh, I'm just gonna go out to eat because it's quick and easy kind of thing. As for recommendations, I think counting calories or macros is really helpful for whether you're, wanting to gain weight or lose weight. But for the long term, I personally think that it's best to just not count any of those, just because, I don't know, I think it's just not very like sustainable long term. You're not going to be counting calories for 30-40 years. Like realistically, no one's gonna do that. So when you're counting calories, you'll either have a goal of being in a caloric surplus or a caloric deficit, whether your goal is to lose weight or gain weight. When you're counting your macros, your calories are divided between the three macronutrients, so carbs, protein, and fats. There's actually a lot of apps out there that can help you track your calories and your macros. One that I really like is MyFitnessPal. But yeah, to answer your question, I think it just kind of depends on what your goal is. It's a good way to understand what you're putting into your body. And if you really have no clue of like how many calories you're eating, it's a good way to kind of start to program that into your brain, and then after a while you'll kind of get used to it. The next question is, how did you get into fitness? And I already kind of answered that, but in grade 10 when I started running. I don't know what it was about running, but I liked it. I've always been really into like outdoor activities. I always really liked biking and hiking, and I started skiing recently, and I love outdoor sports. The next question is, weights or cardio? Weights for sure. When you're lifting weights, you're actually burning more calories throughout the day than if you're just doing cardio. So if you're on the treadmill for 45 minutes, you're only burning calories for the 45 minutes that you were running. Once you're off the treadmill, it stops. With weightlifting, you can lift weights for 45 minutes, an hour, and you'll still be burning calories all through the day. And also I've seen way more results with weight training than with cardio. I'm not saying that cardio is bad at all, but just implementing weight training as well is going to really benefit you. Favorite muscle group to train? Ooh, okay, so legs. But if I had to choose like an upper body muscle group, it's a toss up between shoulders and chest, because I've been really liking both of those lately. Okay, next, my boyfriend asked, can you make dinner tonight, please? Yes I can. The next one is, how do you keep motivated when things aren't going well in other parts of your life? maybe grab like a gym partner or a friend that can go with you. Sometimes just going by yourself when you're like going through something is kind of hard. Another way to stay motivated is switch up your workout. If you don't feel like going to the gym necessarily, like go for a walk or go for a hike, you know, go paddleboarding, go skiing, do something like completely different, and that'll kind of like trick your mind into thinking like this isn't even a workout, this is just like having fun. But at the end of the day, like we're all human. Sometimes we miss the gym, and just don't beat yourself up for that. As long as you get back at it, like I don't think there's any harm in missing like, you know, a couple days or a week at the gym. Like it's not gonna kill you. But also just remembering that going to the gym will actually make you feel better in the end. That's something that I always have to remind myself when I am like, ugh, like I really don't want to go to the gym. Remembering that after feeling is gonna feel so good when I'm like, I did a great workout, I feel so good. Sometimes when I'm having like a bad day and I just like put my headphones in, go to the gym, just like block everything out, that's just like the best feeling ever. Another way to stay motivated is if you have a specific goal in mind, like you really want to lose 5 pounds or you really want to gain 10 pounds. Think back to that goal and kind of visualize like how you'd feel once you're there, and I feel like that's really motivating. Okay, someone else said, can you send us a DM please? No. That one was from like a spam like company thing, so that's why it's a no. Those were all the questions. Leave a comment below of any suggestions you have for any future videos, and make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you next time. Bye!